Good evening, Ma'am Jenny.
Hi, good evening, Ma'am Jessan.
Is my voice clear, ma'am?
Yes, I can hear you clearly.
Okay. Ma'am, thank you for accepting our little request, for spending your time with us tonight.
Yes, my pleasure, Ma'am.
Okay, so before we start our interview, let's start first with introducing ourselves. So, my name is Jessan L. Medina, a second year education student from Lapu-Lapu City College. And will you please introduce yourself as well, ma'am?
Hi, Ma'am. I'm Jen Lynn Mandala. I'm 30 years old. I'm married and I have one kid.
Okay, so without further ado, let's start our interview, ma'am. So, how long have you been staying in Japan?
My contract here is 3 years and I'm already 1 year here now in Japan.
Okay, so what is your work in Japan, ma'am?
Um, my skills is furniture making.
Hmm. So, what did you do in your work? Do you make sofas? And
We make different kinds of furniture, especially bed,
mm,
sofas, and any kinds of chair.
okay, so what is your first impression when you first step in Japan?
My first impression here in Japan, when I first stepped here in Japan, is a lot of excitement, and at the same time, I'm happy because it's my dream place to come here in Japan, to work here, especially.
So, what is your way of greeting someone in Japan?
Um, greeting is the most important here in Japan. So when we bow, it's it's showing respect. So it's the first thing, or it's the first move, it's the first dapat nimo nga buhaton kung nakadiri sa Japan is bowing.
Mm. So, what can you say about the culture of Japan? Is it nice,
Um, culture
or
is
what did you
very
learn?
different from Philippines. I'm not saying I compare,
Mm.
but it's totally different because first the first is the honesty of the Japanese people, which I haven't experienced most of the time in Philippines. Then second is they are very hardworking. Japanese people are very workaholic.
So, Japanese is also known to be a punctual person, or being on time is very important to them.
So, as a Filipino who is used to hear the term Filipino time or the mañana habit,
Residing in their community, how did you cope up with it?
Um, kita mga Pinoy naaman jud ta ng not on time nga attitude. So which is when you came here in Japan or when you come here, dapat na nimo na usbon. So example, yes, example, Japanese people when they say we have a meeting by 8 sharp. So dapat 7:50 or 7:45 you are exactly there at your meeting place or meeting area, because for them um punctual or being on time is showing respect. So kung dili ka motuman sa imuhang giingon nga time, so it is the same, or it is the same sa imuhang attitude. So 'di ba, connect gihapon siya sa attitude. So kung moingon sila nga dapat on time jud. So when they say on time, dapat ahead or wala pa sa time na jud ka sa inyong giingon gisabutan nga area.
So time is gold for them, no?
Yes. Yes, very.
Okay, so how about the behavior of Japanese in a table manner?
So how does a Japanese people eat?
Um, sa eating, it's like different sad sa Pinas or sa Philippines, no? Kay most sa stores diri, example, bento box. So, kanang mga bento box kita sa kita sa Pilipinas kay rice lover man kita. So, ang mga Hapon very health conscious na sila. So, kanang ilahang mostly pangkaonon, dili gid sila mukha na ng luto kayo. So, ganahan na sila ng mga raw foods like na sushi, mo nilang mga likes nga na kay healthy siya nga pagkaon. So, dili sad sila ingon into vegetarian, di kay sila into veggies. So, pero mostly sa ila is ka na mga raw foods gid kay para nila healthy gid na ang raw foods.
So ganahan sila daghan kay silang choices.
Daghang choices sa kanang bento box. Sa kanang bento box na natanan klase nga mga pagkaon. Small lang siya, ginagmay lang siya pero naatanan.
Okay, so in Philippines, we have various ways to greet someone. Like for example, polite words and taking one hand to put in our forehead or amen. So in Japan, how will you greet someone? So
Is there any specific body gestures you greet to your to the elders or your supervisors?
There's no specific gestures as long as you bow to them and greet them according to time. So example, morning, so you will going to greet them by bowing. So you will going to say Ohayo gozaimasu. Then bow.
Like in evening, you need to bow also.
Yes, you need to bow also.
There is very specific time.
Bowing yun is the most important nila.
okay, so next question. So residing Japan for almost 1 year, right?
Yes, 1 year, ma'am.
Did you somehow notice some of their culture that are not practiced in the Philippines? And can you give a specific culture example?
For example, very strict sila when you are speaking on the phone while riding a bus or a train. Di na sila ganahan ang taba. So, for them, when you are riding, dapat naka-silent na nimo yung phone.
So unlike sa Philippines, no?
You cannot spit anywhere. Di ka pwede mag-spit. Di para sa tuwa nga kada area, pwede ra ka mangluwa, ingana. Sa ilaha is bawal na siya. Then eating something while walking is very prohibited. Di siya pwede. Mao na nga sa ilang area diri very clean good. Wala dyan kay
Mag-monitor.
Like tayo mo dakop or sa
kasi ingon nga mo dako pero dili bawal gid sila diri ilaha na jud ng habit nga bawal gyud. So ilaha kanang mukaon nga like as what I've said, eating something while walking, diba sa tua, diba kung maglakaw ka pwede ra ka makakaon-kaon. So kanay imuhang gikaon pwede ra gyud nimo malabay sa imong gilaktan kung asa ka, which is wala gid na diri. So mo na ang Japan very clean gid siya.
So, how about kanang nasa kanang social media, ma'am?
Yes ma'am, tinuod yun na siya ma'am nga kanang ilahang mga kanal diri. Pwede ra gid siya nimo maliguan kay limpyo ra gid siya. Then next example is kanang when you are taking or giving something by only using one hand. So di gina siya pwede diri ma'am. So when you take or give something, dapat two hands gina nimo nga dawaton.
So, dili respectful nila kung usa.
Yes, it's not dili jud siya ma'am. dili gid siya respect ang pagdawat sa butang nga isa lang kakamot kanang para sa tuwa nga tara so ilaha is 2 hands gyud dapat ana gid siya when you are giving and when you are receiving dapat 2 hands gyud as a show respect.
About the kanang household nila, ma'am. Like, there is any particular nga kanang culture nga makita nimo sa ilaha na wala sa Philippines?
Yes, ma'am. When you're entering someone's house, you should take off your shoes, which is, sa Pinas is, di ba, mostly, musulod kag house imong friend. If you have respect to them, di ba, imo man sad ginahubuon. So, kung sila, moana sila nga, ay, ayaw lang, isud lang, diri, sulod lang. So, dapat, i-take off dyan na ni imong shoes even if balay pa na nimo sa imong friend or balay pa sa imong kinsa pa na basta ilahang rules yun is taking off shoes when you are entering someone's house. So very particular din sila sa cleanliness.
Okay, so
For our last question, ma'am, so have you ever feel or
experience being discriminated by Japanese people? And is there any barrier occurring between Filipino
and Japanese people?
When you say discrimination, yes, naka-experience and may discrimination sa diri sa Japan, especially na ay language barrier. So we know Japanese language, not that nga na jud siya ka maayo same sa mga Hapon kay sila maayo na magid ilaha magid ang language so kamao gid sila.
So you mean is your level of speaking Nihongo?
Yes, mo jud na siya first sa discrimination. So ilaha man god is kung tanaw nila murag gamay ra jud ka og Nihongo, gamay ra ka og kuan murag asa gid na sila ma-discriminate nimo. Example sa mo ang working area, dapat mostly mga Hapon man jud mo kauban, so gamay ra mi mga Pinoy, then naasad mi mga kauban nga mga Vietnamese, which is kanang mga Vietnamese naasad sila kamausad sila jud mo kuan Japanese language. So kung discrimination, yes, naagid siya ma'am, di gid mawala ang discrimination.
However, kanang you feel kuan man sa gihapon, di ba? Respected by them.
Yes, naka-feel rami anang discrimination pero ay kung yes verbally pero dili ra man namo i-mind gyud kay we're here for work, we're here for money. So dapat laban lang jud siya. So kung physically naman discrimination, dili bawal man sana sila ano mo mga trainees, mga kanang physical na bawal man sa kay kami mga trainees na masad mi kanang ay agency nasad mi agency diri sa Japan. So kung nami agency sa Pinas nga gipaanhimi, nasad mi agency diri sa Japan nga mo protect sad namo kung example naabot na mi na sa point nga gidapatan nami. So pwede mi makareklamo, so pwede mi manawag sa mong agency diri nga ingani ang nahitabo, so pwede ra ma-settle or masturyahan kung unsay angay ko anon. Nga na ra siya ma'am.
So respect is the most
important thing, Jed, no?
Yes, respect is the most important thing because respecting others is one of the golden rule in living in this world because you would treat others the way you would like to be treated. So if you want to be respected, you should respect others also.
Yes, that's right. So that's all, ma'am, for our interview. Thank you for your time and effort.
Yes, thank you also, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye.
Take
Japan.
Yes, you too. Bye.